It has a lot of different names, but let's explain. How would you articulate that?
Yeah, so I mean, so it's really a it's really a simple complex thing to do. It's essentially depending on which way you go. If you go the preferred equity, let's start that way. That's where you're going to get a contract with the seller. Let's say they want for easy math, they want $100,000. You go in and offer them 50K cash at closing and get them to do a equity finance of the 50K remaining. And then you go get a lender, the SCR or traditional, whatever you want to do, a hard money lender. You go and you get them to fund 70 to 80% of the actual value, which is 100 grand. And so you're going to get $80,000 at closing. You're going to pay 50, and then you're going to keep 30. You owe the DSCR lender, you owe them 80 grand in a first position. Then you owe the seller 50. So now that $100,000 house, you're already at
Let's
130.
talk, break that one down just a little bit more because you kind of a little bit skipped over it when you talked about just equity. We have the DSCR lender in place first. They're going to lend us the 80% of
Yeah.
100 grand. So we've got 80K. And we have the seller agree to supply the equity and the funding for the equity to 50 K. So now what they in essence are doing is they're going into a second lien position and letting you take a loan to them for 50K.
Well, yes, but in the preferred equity, and when you do it as preferred equity, they don't get a second lien position. They become a member of the LLC
Okay.
after the close with an equity position in the LLC, and they get a distribution of their funds because their funds come in as a contribution. Then they get a distribution of their funds. Now
So wait a minute, because that's a very interesting way that you just outlined that, and I want to make sure that everyone follows it. So in that particular situation, they're not just allowing you to take out. They're not just giving you 50,000 for a second lien position. Instead, they're going into your company after the first one has closed. So now they've joined your company, and I guess it's not the business of the DSCR lender. That loan is still in place. Are they on your operating agreement or are they an actual partner?
they are going through from that point forward. They're on your operating agreement, and then on the operating agreement, it specifies their roles, their responsibilities, and you that's where you put in their distribution, which for all intents and purposes matches what you would have done on a second lien position.
Okay.
So they're going to get $500 a month for 60 months, and then they're going to get a balloon payment and then they're going to they're going to come out of the LLC.
Okay. So their equity is that they actually are in the LLC that owns the company. So they're pretty secure. It's not just second position.
Pretty secure, yeah.